The Lega brothers, Rick and Marty Lagina, are the subjects of the reality television show The Curse of Oak Island, which follows them as they search for the island's buried wealth in various locations. The attraction of the show stems from the fact that it depicts an actual treasure search that is taking place in real time, with the island having been shrouded in rumors and stories since the late 18th century. Rick and Marty Lagina, the stars of the show, have devoted their entire lives to the searching for the riches that Oak Island has to offer. Marty Lagina's son, Alex Lagena, never in his wildest dreams anticipated that he would one day appear on a reality television show. Given that both his father and his uncle had a strong interest in discovering hidden treasures, he found himself becoming heavily immersed in the endeavor. Together with his father and uncle, he has been putting in a lot of effort in order to discover the secret caches that are kept on the island. There is a striking similarity between Alex's journey and that of his father Marty, who was also an engineer before they both became treasure hunters. In particular, Alex continued his study in the College of Engineering at the University of Michigan, which prepared him for the position that he would play in the Oak Island endeavors. Alex's unique perspective on the world of treasure seeking is a result of his experience in engineering, which he brings to the team. Because of his educational background, he is equipped with the problem-solving skills that are necessary for confronting the sophisticated issues that the island presents. Not only do the father and son have familial links, but they also have a professional stake in discovering what Oak Island may be hiding. His contributions to the project go well beyond his mere appearances in front of the camera. Alex brings a great amount of engineering expertise to the table. After receiving his diploma in 2008, Alex went back to his hometown to work for his father's company, which was called Terra Energy. Terra was eventually sold by Marty to CMS Energy Corporation for an astounding. This mix of Alex's life, which includes both the successful operation of a vineyard and the search for treasure, demonstrates how varied and intriguing Alex's life is. An unanticipated turn of events was introduced into the ongoing story of the treasure search when it was reported that Alex had passed away while recording an episode of The Curse of Oak Island. It is difficult to determine where these claims originated. Nonetheless, a number of websites and blogs have disseminated this incorrect information, stating that Alex had passed away while he was searching for the island's wealth, which is notoriously difficult to locate. It is a reminder to be careful with what we read online and to double-check information in order to avoid spreading false information. According to these unfounded stories, his supposed death was supposed to add to the so-called curse that states 7 people must die before the treasure can be found. In reality, Alex is still going after his goals, and he is not negatively affected by the unfortunate fate that the internet incorrectly predicted for him. The fact that Alex Lagena has been making frequent appearances on The Curse of Oak Island is evidence that the first claims of his passing were incorrect. The show is made even more compelling to watch as a result of the Lega family's unwavering will to continue their search, as well as the further information on Alex's role. Moving beyond the original narratives described, in order to unearth the secrets that have been kept about Oak Island's past, Alex Lagina, his brother Rick, and the archaeologist Larnan have been working on a project simultaneously. Excited anticipation has been generated among the group as a result of their recent discovery of a well-constructed cave that seems to have been meticulously created. It is Marty Lagina who is leading the charge into the cave, and he is pointing out the neat craftsmanship that is all around them. With each new step that they take, the team is constantly on the hunt for new clues that could provide them with information regarding the origin of the tunnel and the reason why it is located there. An enormous wooden beam was found in one spot, and another massive circular piece of wood was found in close proximity to it. Both of these discoveries were made by the group. Due to the exquisite craftsmanship that went into its construction, the main beam stands out due to the fact that it has a part that protrudes on one side. In close proximity to it, they found something that gives the impression of a cross. The massive U-shaped building that they uncovered at Smith's Cove the previous year was fashioned out of logs that were identical to the ones that were used in the construction of this structure. This construction was constructed between the years 1768 and 1769, as shown by the findings of the tests, which is a considerable length of time prior to the discovery of the money pit. Both the presence of the wood and the way in which it is assembled provide the sense that it is genuine, which in turn inspires the team to continue digging. When conducting their research into this discovery, they are exercising tremendous caution. because the pieces of wood and the manner in which they were utilized may have major historical value. This is the reason why they are exercising such cautious. A further investigation into this discovery is something that the group is looking forward to doing in the hopes of acquiring new information about the building methods and the history of the era in question. They are digging up these old pieces with great care, and there is a sense of expectation in the air. They speculate about the tales that these old pieces of wood might have to tell, and the things that they might discover about the individuals who would have constructed all of this stuff hundreds of years ago. With all of the various structures that are scattered across the region, Smith's Cove never fails to astound those that come to visit. As they continue their exploration, they are looking for substantial evidence that Oak Island may have been the location of a clever flood tunnel that was created. This discovery is enlightening them about things that they were previously unaware of regarding earlier information. The historical data continues to gather, all of which provides additional assurance that this tunnel was, in fact, present. Considering that the chance of finding something is one of the factors that contributes to the significance of this big project, the team is experiencing a great lot of enthusiasm regarding the massive dig that is going to take place on Oak Island. Both the unexpected objects that they have found in Smith's Cove and the accumulating evidence of a flood tunnel have tremendously stoked the fires of excitement for this huge dig that will take place on Oak Island. Both of these discoveries have been made within the past few days. In order to excavate the past that has been buried under the surface, each and every member of the team is ready to take on new difficulties.
In a recent video that was posted to his YouTube channel, the majority of the information presented in the movie is taken from the book Oak Island and Its Lost Treasure, which first made the strong case for the conspiracy. The Peters have proposed the following idea, which can be summed up as follows. During the 17th century, William Phipps was a skilled explorer, and the English supported him financially. The Protestant majority, including the political elite and aristocracy, developed a strong dislike for the Catholic king when King James II came to power in 1685. James II adhered to Catholicism, or to put it another way, they planned to depose him. The following stories are word-of-mouth legends from the late 18th century because there is so little information about the early treasure-related operations that occurred on Oak Island that has been objectively verified. It took many years after the incident before publishers began to pay attention to this kind of activity and look into the stories involved. The tale of a treasure found by a settler named Daniel McGinnis was published for the first time in 1857. This is the story's earliest known telling. After that, it was another 5 years before one of the purported original diggers gave a testimony regarding the initial narrative and subsequent Onslow and Truro Company deeds. The earliest settlers in the region heard tales of a dying crew member of Captain Kidd's ship. The man said that Captain Kidd had hidden £2 million worth of treasure on the island. Captain Kidd passed away in 1701. According to the most widely recognized version of the story, Daniel McGinnis came across a dip in the ground in 1799 while looking for a place to build a farm. McGinnis asked for help from other people in order to dig because he believed that the depression fit with the legend surrounding Captain Kidd. With the aid of two people only known by the names John Smith and Anthony Vaughan, he dug out the pit and found a layer of flagstones 2 feet, 61 centimeters below the surface. The earliest documents, however, merely mention marks of some sort at these intervals. Later accounts report finding oak platforms every 10 feet, 3 meters, although previous accounts only make reference to marks. The various legends also mention the tool marks or pick scratches on the hole's walls. The soil was not as well packed as the soil around it, and it was visibly loose. The 3 men reportedly stopped their digging at a depth of 9.1 meters, 30 feet, because of superstitious dread. In an alternative interpretation of the story, all 4 of the main characters are portrayed as teenagers. According to this account, McGinnis first learns of the slump in 1795 while on a fishing excursion. The rest of the story proceeds in the same manner as the first, with the logs discovered as its focal point, but it ends with the 4 people giving up after they have gone as far as they can. For more current discovery stuff, remember to subscribe. They continued to excavate until they reached a depth of around 90 feet, 27 meters, where they discovered layers of logs, or marks, spaced about 10 feet, 3 meters apart. They also discovered a large stone with symbols engraved onto it, as well as layers of charcoal, putty, and coconut fiber. When the hole unexpectedly filled with water to a depth of 60 feet, 18 meters, the situation for the diggers grew challenging. The alleged dig was finally given up on after repeated fruitless attempts by workers to retrieve the riches from below by excavating a tunnel starting at a second shaft that was equally flooded. The most prosperous company of the pre-publication era is thought to have been the Truro Company, which is said to have been founded in 1849 by a group of investors. Re-excavation of the hole was placed all the way down to a level that was 26 meters, 86 feet below the surface. But it eventually overflowed once more. After that, it was decided to drill 5 bore holes into the machine's original shaft using a pod auger. Recently, scientists made what appears to be a weird discovery in space. Could this be an alien species? To learn more, click the next post.